Good morning, children. This is English video session for class 9. The book which we are doing now is Beehive. The top unit is 1 and the name of the topic is The Fun They Had. This is written by Isaac Asimov. Isaac Isaac Asimov. We have already seen in the beginning of this how the entire story is set in the future. Future in the sense when the books and the school as we now have do not exist. I repeat, the future, an imaginary future where books and schools don't exist. In that case, how will they study? There are virtual classrooms, learning through computers, e-books and robotic teacher, replacing the textbooks, the real human beings as teacher, the notebooks, school and the real classrooms. So this is how the Isaac Asimov has viewed a imaginary future when books and schools do not exist. The story revolves around two children. One is Marchie and another is Tommy. The year ahead is taken as 2157. We are in 2021, and the year that is given in our future story, the story which concentrates on future is 2157, after a century or so. And what the story revolves around is today Tommy found a real book. So what's a real book? What's real? What is the definition of this real? It's really very difficult to answer this question called real, because what we have today is imaginary after this in the story after 2157. The books don't exist, so what is the meaning of real book, real teachers, real school, real no, what to say, classroom? These things have really made us question what is real here. Okay, so the real, as per the story, they say the real book. So does it mean the books that are existing, e-books? What are e-books then? Electronic books, the ones which are like Kindle. We have Kindle. Now I have stopped. In fact, I'm not buying. I buy a lot of books from the Amazon. Today I have reduced my purchase because I have already installed Kindle, where I could get n number of books, and wherever I go I can carry the small mobile or the tab or my laptop. Enough. Easy. Thousands and thousands of books in just one small thing. So how does the situation change? Today in this COVID era, the situation is almost 50% we have already experienced. You don't come to school, you sit in home, listen to the classes, learn, write exams, now from the home, evaluated by teachers. So there is a shift in the system after the evolution of the COVID. How far is this going to be successful? A scary picture of the fun they had. But the children don't go to school at all. In the year 2157, an imaginary school is really a fun, was a really a happy occasion or happy time when I was teaching it to the children at that time, the pre COVID time, and the children loved the situation. How I wish the children said that they wished to have such schools where inside the house, in the next room, you have the class, you have the school, and then go inside that room. You have the robotic teacher. It's they said it's so happy coming to school. Oh, it's difficult. This activity, that activity. Today, children are fed up. 1 year COVID classes through the um, websites and all. They have made their life cumbersome. The life has become so difficult that it is no longer convenient or happy. Rather than convenient, I can say happy. Yes, hiccups do occur. The morning getting up, children getting ready to the school, the portions got to be completed, the monthly test, periodic test, the examination, marks, grades. Of course, they are all difficult issues, but was enjoyed with other children, other boys, girls, seated, laughing, crying. Yes, doing things together, teamwork. Many things were happening. Yes, good. Now, what did actually Tommy found out was Margie's grandfather's book. Okay, and the most surprising thing is they had all stories printed on paper. They turned the pages which were yellow. The color of the pages were yellow. It's all not a yellowish book, but you have the white paper. Once it goes to ages and ages, it turns pale, don't they? Yes. So these pages have become yellow in color and crinkly with a lot of folds over the period of time. When the same book is used, it gets into a crinkly, it becomes old with lots of folds and lines in between. So, the thought that after you read the book, you throw it away. Tommy says, how can you throw a book? What a waste. Look at the way the approach is. In the television screen, which they see the monitor, they don't throw the book. It's all there. Millions of books remain there, it's there are plenty more. They don't throw it away. It is all there. You read it again, you want to do it, can go. The opinions of the children, Margie and Tommy, differs from the children of the present. Margie is 11 and Tommy is 13. They found the oldest book, a real book, as they mentioned, from the attic, ATTIC. That is the space above, just above the roof, just below the roof, sorry. A small space is there they found it. And when Margie found out that the matter content of the book school, is about the school, she found it less fascinating. In fact, she hated school. What is there to write about a school, is her expression. Now that she had started hating her school because the mechanical robotic teacher who teaches her geography has repeatedly failed her. She has failed one test after another test after another test. It all happens so much that the mother has to take her to the county inspector. The county inspector again checked the robotic teacher's portions, the textbook, the level, and unfortunately, the level of Margie was higher and it was calibrated, adjusted to Margie's 10 years old. Okay, it's quite high. The standard was high. That was the reason why Margie was repeatedly failing in her tests, especially geography. The county inspector, like a principal or the vice principal or the headmistress of the school, the head teacher, also proclaimed that Margie is doing fairly well, and the fault is not the girl but of the geography sector. Yes, and the mechanical teacher always gave them tests, homeworks, and the students are expected to put it in the slot, homework slot, test paper slot, and these answers need to be written in codes. CODES, punch code, punch code. Margie, the small child, at the age of 6 itself, had to learn this punch code. First and foremost, the child is taught punch code. Now that the overall performance of the child is better, she was asked to continue and she was given a certificate that she's good. Yes. It so happened that Tommy had his history class black, blanked out, completely blanked out. It did not work at all. For 1 month, he did not have his history sector. So he was lucky as per Margie. But for her, the geography classes resumed immediately. In fact, Margie had a real question: why would anyone write about the school? Because there is nothing in it. It was Tommy who explained to her that is not the kind of the school that they are living hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Hundreds of years ago is nothing but centuries ago. Margie was hurt because I don't know what kind of school they all had at the time. She read that. Anyway, they had a teacher. Teacher? They had a teacher. It was a man. Look at the picture of the imagination of Margie. You can see our schools, children sit on the play benches and they have the notebooks, and here is the teacher, a human being who teaches them, gives them or explains them, asks questions, gives them homework, and checks their paper. They had a teacher. It was a man. This is the most shocking, amazing thing for Margie, because to her, a human cannot have so much knowledge as the machine. Sure, they had a teacher, but it wasn't a regular teacher, it was the man. A regular teacher here mentioned by Tommy is the robotic teacher. because at that time the regular teacher is robotic teacher and a man is unreal. Clear? Sure, they had a teacher, but it wasn't a regular teacher, but was a man. It was a man. Now you are able to understand a man. How could a man be a teacher? Because as far as her knowledge is concerned, she had only witnessed the robotic teacher to teach. It is not she. It is beyond her imagination to think the human being a teacher. Is it clear? Now you understood, children, the conflict of their thought, because they haven't understood their situation, the happenings of that period is totally different as per Isaac Asimov. Okay, present, think yourself in that age and visualize how it would be. Okay, please read and come. I'll check you. I'll ask you some simple questions in the next class. With this, I stop. Thank you.